is going on, everybody? We got one person tuned in already. Welcome to the show. This is the Ain't 10 and 810. Myself and my partner in crime, Mr. Will McKenzie. We're going to do top 10 lists each week, and we're going to count those things down. So tonight we got a couple special topics lined up. We have top breakfast cereals. We have top all-time NBA point guards. And then we have top 10 Louisville comedians coming up tonight. So we have some parameters on each one that we had to stick within when making our list. So we'll explain those before each category. But without further ado, let me bring in my brother from, well, the same mother, I think. I don't know. But he goes by the Chocolate Thunder over Louisville. My man, Mr. Will McKenzie.
What's the word, baby bird? What's up? What's going on?
You ready to argue over some lists or what?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm gonna preface by saying that I feel like our friendship is gonna be over after this. I feel like that you have some really dumb opinions. I'm not gonna like them.
Likewise. So we haven't discussed our list at all, other than we did ask each other what our number one breakfast cereals were, and your pick was total trash. A terrible number one overall pick. So I know if that's like a precursor of what's to come, I know your lists are going to be garbage.
I'll bet you $20 that more people that are watching agree with my number one than agree with your number one.
Not a chance, bro.
I'll bet you $20.
All right, we can do it. I'll bet you that gas money I was going to give you on the way to the show Sunday. Why don't we do that? Hey, I'm going to pull up that flyer for that show. Why don't you tell the folks about the show that we got coming up this Sunday? And I'm going to go ahead and share this to a couple places on Facebook real quick. So why don't you go ahead and tell the people about this great show we got going on this Sunday?
Yeah, we got. We're going to Bloomington this Sunday. Show's at 6:30. It's at Hoppy Wobble. It's a great venue. It's fun. I've done it a couple times before. Always have fun. I'm bringing Chris along. I kind of take him under my wing. Kind of teach him what it means to be a comedian and a man. Oh, sorry, he's popped back up there. And just life lessons. And but it'll be funny though. Chris is gonna do some time, and then I'll be headlining that show. Bloomington's a fun town, so I think everybody should, if you are in that area, come out and support that. So yeah, it's good. And I think the flyer. I think Chris is gonna post the flyer. It's on my Facebook. I think it's on my Instagram. So
there you go. So come check us out if you're anywhere around Bloomington, Indiana.
I was just telling them how you kind of like look up to me a little bit.
I know. I heard. That's why I popped back in and gave you that look.
Even though I'm 20 years younger.
Oh, my God. Here we go. If we did like top 10 lies that you told, that and saying I'm from Shively would be both.
You are from Shively.
That would be back and forth for the number one spot.
There's nothing wrong with that. They got a Texas Roadhouse out there, I think. That's pretty neat.
You know. All right, so let's get into this. What we want to do first? We're gonna do breakfast cereals first. Is that what we were gonna do?
Yeah.
Your trash ass choices. So we're gonna count them down from.
Don't piss me off.
Hey, and if you're watching, go ahead in the comments and tell us what yours are too. See, look, just like this. Look, Corey Doyle, one of my buddy Corey Doyle hit me up and said, "What up, Bowman?" See, the other comment, I can't get it to pull up here, but Corey Doyle said your pick was trash too. He said he heard your number one.
Well, Corey, your name is Corey and it's spelled with a K. So, what are we talking about?
All right, so if you want to comment on what your top anything is that we're talking about tonight, go ahead in the comments and leave us a comment. Let us know if you think Will's picks are trash. Go ahead and let us know that too. So without further ado, let's get to that number 10. What do you got in your number 10 spot?
My number 10 spot is I'm going Captain Crunch, Oops All Berries.
Captain Crunch, Oops All Berries.
That's an important distinction. Yeah,
That is a very important distinction because
Yeah.
all Captain Crunches other than the original are garbage. So we're starting off with the number 10 pick for you that's garbage already. So if it's not the original, it's not the same. Like,
well, the original is obviously better, but yeah, the Oops All Berry, that was because when I first, it came out kind of recently, I feel like, and when it first came out, I was like, Oops All Berries, like I feel like that's not a mistake.
I don't like the Crunch Berries, so I wouldn't like the Oops All Berries if I don't like Crunch Berries. You know what I mean?
What's your number 10?
My number 10 is coming in at Frosted Mini Wheats.
See, already I'm pissed. That's what I'm talking about. I knew, and I'm already at a 10. I'm already at a 10 because
it's Frosted Mini Wheats, though.
Yeah, it tastes like a wicker chair. It tastes like a rocking chair. Like, who would ever want sugary? Like, what type of texture? Fucking people talk about Captain Crunch ruining the roof of your mouth. Frosted Mini Wheats, is that a fucking joke? They're so rough. I don't want to have to battle my food. You know what I mean? Like in 7:30 in the morning, I don't want to have to.
See, look, what you need to do is just slow down a little bit. Don't be so quick to eat it.
Are you having trouble with your fiber?
You let it like soak in the milk a little bit. You got to let it like soften up a little bit. Like that's part of eating the Frosted Mini Wheats.
It's not in the top 20. That's a terrible number 10 pick.
Oh my god, not in the top 20. Oops All Berries, some shit that you could only buy for 2 weeks.
No, you can get them now.
I don't know, man.
You can get them now. But like Frosted Mini Wheats, though, you can only get that once you are able to be eligible for Medicare. I think that's how that works. Yeah,
delicious.
I think you get your first prostate exam, and then they give you Frosted Mini Wheats. I think that's how that works.
When was the last time you had Frosted Mini Wheats?
I haven't, because I haven't reached that age yet. I think when I have grandkids, that's when they let me to have it. The fuck is eating Frosted Mini Wheats? See, every cereal that you're gonna pick, you're either gonna be too old to be eating it or too young to be eating. It's gonna be one of the two.
All right, well, what's your number 9 then? What's your number 9?
Number 9, I'm going classic Honey Nut Cheerios.
That's a solid pick. A solid pick.
It's standard. You know, you're not gonna get anything crazy. There's no bells and whistles really, but it's good for
Honey Nut Cheerios is a good one because of its versatility.
Yeah.
Like it could be eaten with or without milk. You know what I mean? Just as a snack. Like that's a solid choice at number 9.
That's I think that like I said, it's just it's standard run of the mill kind of cereal. You know, you're not gonna go wrong with it.
For my number 9, Kix. Got to go with the Kix cereal.
Kix, dude.
The Kix. Well, you don't like Kix either?
I didn't even know they still made Kix.
What?
I didn't even know they still made Kix. Like I thought that was.
I don't know that they do either.
Yeah, I thought they discontinued that in the 90s. That there couldn't be a more 90s cereal than Kix.
I'm pretty sure they still make Kix.
And there couldn't be a cereal that you really don't like. Like you really don't know what. Like you after you eat a bowl of Kix, you're like, did I eat today? Or like I can't tell you what Kix what they taste like. You know what I mean?
Usually the ones I remember were in like the little bitty boxes. So they just kind of tasted like the box, you know, like they've been in the bag inside the box for so long they just taste like the box.
Yeah, now you say it like that, that does sound really tasty. Yeah,
that's why it's a solid number 9. That's why they're delicious. If you've not had Kix, just remember them being delicious.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna give you my number 8 here. We're on number 8. You're gonna be like, what? Because they're almost the same thing. Like my number 8 and my number 9 are really close, but they're both delicious.
Is it? If it's fucking, what is it, dude? Is it Corn Pops?
Corn Pops. It's Corn Pops. It's Corn Pops all day in that number 8 spot. They're really similar though. Like the Corn Pops and the Kix, both really similar.
Though you have the most bland cereals I've ever had. First of all,
this is the lower part of the list. We're at number 8. You can't
if
say
your
that.
Cereal, listen. We all know that the most childish cereals are the best. Okay, if your cereal doesn't have a cartoon on it, it shouldn't be in the top 10. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like what the fuck is on the back of like those are two like shredded mini wheats and corn pops. Like there's no cartoons or like roller coasters on the back of the box. You know what I mean? It's just
I'm just pulling up this comment.
It's probably Fox News ads on the back of a fucking corn pops box. It's just not, it's bland.
Those mini wheats with the center filling are nice, says Eric Davis. He's a food connoisseur, so like he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. It's another vote for Frosted Mini Wheats, just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Well, you and Eric are the same age, that makes sense.
Eric also says, remember when Donald Glover compared kicks to hand jobs? I do not.
But that makes sense though, because just like hand jobs are, I'm better off by myself. Like I can give myself a better hand job. I can make myself a better breakfast than kicks. You know what I mean? I can see the comparison.
What's your number 8? Did you hit me with your number 8?
Lucky Charms. It's number 8.
Bro. And
here's why, man. Because
it's that far down the list.
It is that far, and I'll tell you why.
Oh my goodness.
The marshmallows, the texture of the marshmallows kind of gets to me. I don't know. They're not regular marshmallows, obviously. I don't know. It's not. It's good. It's a good cereal. But like
that far down the list. Though.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the.
Corey Doyle says Apple Jacks. Where's that at on your list, though? Is that like your number?
It's not
one,
on my list.
Corey? Is that your number 1?
Oh, that's Corey's list. Corey
Doyle's. He's trying to figure out if that's his number 1. Tiffany Hopper says, "What up, guys? What's going on?
What's going on, Tiffany? How you doing?
It's good to see you out at AJ's a couple weeks ago. Good to see you out there. Let's see here. Let me get to our number 7. What we got? You want to go first for number 7, or you want me to?
I'll go first.
Hang on, Lucky Charms though. I don't. Hang on, I gotta go. Number 8. Do you know how numbers work, or like are we? I just want to check before we go any further with like top 10 lists. You know how numbers work, right?
I'm aware. Yeah, like I said, man, I think it's a texture thing for me with the Lucky Charms. You
know, it's not like stars where the one with more is better, right?
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
We're counting down to a number 1.
Yeah. I'm aware. I would hope so, because if that was the case and your number 1 was Frosted Mini Wheats, I would get up right now.
That's a good point. Valid point. All right, hit me with your number 7. What do you got?
Fruit Loops. Straight up.
Fruit Loops. Above Lucky Charms.
Yeah. Because Fruit Loops is like, you know how like Fruit Loops are like Honey Nut Cheerios if they grew up in a diverse neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like they're definitely they're a little bit more sweeter, and they're more sugary. So, but it's also still like it's a solid cereal too. Like you're never gonna go wrong with Fruit Loops. And the milk tastes good after you eat the cereal, which is always a plus. And that's got to factor in. How does the milk taste after you eat it? Has to factor in.
I took a cereal off of my top 10 list because of that reason.
Because the milk
when I made my list, I had something on there and I took it off strictly based on how the milk tastes afterwards. I had to get it off there. That was Cocoa Pebbles, just for the record. Cocoa Pebbles had to come off the list.
You took it off the list?
Yeah, because the milk tastes terrible afterwards.
It's chocolate milk.
No, it's not chocolate milk.
Well, Cocoa Pebbles are chocolate, right? And
listen, you are the last people to be talking about like chocolate and vanilla things mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't agree with it. Is that what you mean? Hey, I think we should stick to our own water fountains. That's all I'm saying. I think they.
All right, so speaking of that, I just want to put this back up there real quick. The views and opinions expressed in this live broadcast are those of the person speaking and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of any corporation, entity, or proprietor. What Will said ain't what I said.
If you get anything from this, Chris Bowman said that not all Jim Crow's ideas were bad. That's what he said.
No, that is not. No, that is not what we're doing here. All right, so we're still on number 7 here. My number 7, Frosted Flakes, the classic.
That low?
True.
That low? Frosted Flakes is
that
that
low.
low.
That low.
Why?
Frosted Flakes. Because there's other ones better. So I asked you if you knew how numbers work.
The only thing I'll give you, though, is that when Frosted Flakes get soggy, it's a wrap.
Yes.
But the first, 30 bites of Frosted Flakes are elite.
Tiffany said, did he just call Fruit Loops basically fat guy Cheerios?
No, I did not say that.
You said Cheerios that were grown
I didn't
up
say
with
that.
more sugar is what you said.
I didn't say that.
You called them diabetic Cheerios is what you called them.
Put up the thing again about the express views and consent. Put that up again. I didn't say that. I didn't say anything that controversial. I just said that I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Corey, I guess Corey's saying that Apple Jacks was his number 5. Eric Davis said, I hope someone has a generic cereal. So I just did Fruit Loop. I just did Frosted Flakes because they're great. And somebody mentioned generic cereals, and we had a whole conversation about that. I don't know.
Generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, look at that.
You know what we do over here?
He got the Kroger brand Frosted Flakes because that's somewhere in his top 5 is the Kroger brand Frosted Flakes. But we'll find out here in a minute where that goes. All right, what was your number 7? I had Frosted Flakes. What'd you have?
I told you, mine was Fruit Loops.
Oh, was that the garbage ass fruit? No, that's right, because you had it over Lucky Charms for some reason.
You having Frosted Flakes that low is just it's irresponsible, to be honest with you.
That's the way I feel about you having Lucky Charms that low. What are you eating right now?
Strawberries and pineapple.
Did you know we were going to do like a live broadcast? Like, you were just trying to be licking your lips like LL Cool J, or what were you doing?
Well, I mean,
is that what you was doing over there?
I mean, I got a nice set of lips. You know what I mean?
All right, number 6. Number 6 for me is Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles coming in at number 6 spot.
See, this is where it gets spicy because I went Cocoa Pebbles.
See, the Cocoa Pebbles, the milk tastes funny. The milk tastes funny.
It's chocolate. It tastes like chocolate milk. I don't understand.
No, it doesn't. Eric Davis said 30 bites. How big are your bowls? Craig from Friday Big. Hey, Corey Doyle said milk is best after Fruity Pebbles. Those are facts. So Fruity Pebbles.
The milk is really good after Fruity Pebbles, but there is one cereal that the milk is better. We'll get to that though.
The Fruity Pebble milk is pretty damn delicious though.
It's good. I will give you that.
Not enough to push it into the number 5 spot, but it's pretty good though.
All right,
what's your number 6?
I told you it's Cocoa Pebbles.
Oh, that's right. You just said that. Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, the black sheep of the Pebbles family. I mean, I'm a big I don't believe chocolate for breakfast to me is kind of wild. I don't really like it, but there are a few exceptions, and that's one.
So somebody just texted me, not in the text thread, but on my phone, and said your number 1 is going to be the one that has Count Chocula because that's who you look like.
Who said that about me?
Yeah, about you. So we're gonna.
The person that said that, do I know them?
Yeah, we're gonna get to them later on in the show when we talk about top 10 Louisville comedians. So we'll save it. But yeah, said you look like Count Chocula. So
I hope it was a black comedian that said that because if it was a white one, that sounds really racist.
You just said we need to go back to our own water fountains. Like, are you really at this point
It's not an offense. I just don't want to be,
broadcast. All right. What are we doing? Number 5. Go ahead and hit me with your number 5. What do you got?
Number 5, I'm going Reese Puffs.
Reese Puffs.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty solid one. But I do have to say it's not even in my top 10.
So you honestly mean to tell me that you think mini shredded wheats are better than Reese Puffs?
Yeah. If I had to choose between those two sitting side by side on the shelf, I'm reaching for the mini mini shredded wheats almost every single time.
Must be a Shiley thing.
Oh, you're gonna box some of that Shively shit one of these days.
I don't get it.
Eric Davis said Chris looks like a Smacks man. Hey, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll get there. We're only at number 5.
No, we're not gonna get there.
Steve Matthews.
Hey, we're gonna get there, my boy. We're gonna get to that, my boy. We're gonna get to that. Steve Matthews is asking the hard-hitting questions, though.
And he says, Steve Matthews also said, if you're Count Chocula, does that make me Frankenberry? See?
I feel like these references are loaded. They mean something other than these are euphemisms for something else. I don't know what that means.
What do you got at number 5?
Bro, pay attention. I already said my number 5 is Reese Puffs.
I ain't listening to you. I forgot.
What was your number 5 then?
Yeah, that's where we're at. My number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios. See, I got a little higher than you.
Not high though. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a solid one. There's no arguing that one. Number 4. What do you got for number 4?
Now we're talking about, we're at 4, so now we're talking about elite cereal. This is we're talking about, this is elite. You know what I mean? These are the type of cereals that, on my list anyway, that you're gonna have to refinance your mortgage to get a box, because the small box is like $6 because they're the best ones. So like my number 4 is Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there. I mean, I just had it at number 6, so I can't disagree too much right there. My number 4, it just got brought up just a minute ago. It's the Honey Smacks. You know what I'm saying? It's the Honey Smacks for me.
Yo, straight up.
Dig them raw. They're goddamn delicious.
Straight up, Honey Smacks look and taste like uncooked popcorn. Straight up. Look at it.
No way.
Those are kernels.
No way. Not a chance. You're telling me right now Honey Smacks are not in your top 10?
Absolutely not. They're disgusting. They're disgusting.
Oh my God.
What are they even made out of? What is that?
Oh my goodness. I wish I could zoom in, I'd tell you. I should have got a picture of the back of the box.
Nobody ever is like, man, I could really go for some Honey Smacks.
Bullshit.
Nobody's ever said that.
I've said that before. It's better I would choose that any day over the Reese Puffs. Any day of the week.
That's such a bad choice, man.
No.
That's such a bad choice.
That's solid right there. All right, well, what's your number 3?
Oh, Frosted Flakes, baby. You know how we get it?
It's kind of low. I mean, kind of high.
Go get you a
little lower.
Go get you a box of that sweetened corn flake cereal, dog, with the fucking.
Like you said, once it gets soft though, and it gets all mushy, like.
I mean, most cereals are like that. Most cereals, though, if you think about it, when they get soggy, they're not good. Like, name me a good soggy cereal.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
No.
Frosted Mini Wheats, they're better when they're more soggy.
Nah, you couldn't be more wrong. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look delicious.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
That looks delicious.
You have to wait a little. Here's the thing about Lucky Charms, too, is when you pour the milk in, you have to wait a little bit until the marshmallows get soft enough to consume.
No, that's when
you got to give it you got to give it a few minutes.
No, I disagree on that, too. You just give it a couple stirs and you're good to go. I can tell you.
And the other
list, and I can already tell you don't know shit about shit. So,
I mean, you're right. You have been eating cereal for 30 more years longer than me. So
come on, bro. You're not that young. Quit kidding yourself. One more time. Look at that right there. Look at that. Delicious.
I don't know, man. I mean, it is a good cereal, but it's It's not.
All right, so you're telling me side by side, you got Lucky Charms or Frosted Flakes to choose from.
Easily
You're
Frosted
reaching
Flakes.
for the Frosted Flakes.
Easily Frosted Flakes. Not even close. We didn't really even like.
How much do you had to drink tonight?
I'm hammered.
I can tell. Okay, that
vodka.
makes sense. Shooting the vodka. Got it.
Top 10 alcohols. We should do that.
Do that one. Yeah, that's the other thing. If there's a top 10, you want to see us count down a top 10, leave it in the comments what you want us to do next week or the week after. Because we're still coming up with ideas to do. So something you want to see us do, drop it in the comments. We'll do a top 10 countdown to that. Number 2, what's in your number 2 spot?
This is where number 2. I don't think it is. I think my number 2 and my number 1 were the easiest ones for me. My number 2, Captain Crunch, baby, with the berries. Crunchitize me, dog. Crunchitize me.
With the berries.
With the berries.
With the berries.
With the berries.
Not so. But I know you're number 1. So where does the original Captain Crunch fall?
We don't rock like that, bro. We don't. We either do Oops All Berries or we do Captain Crunch with the berries.
My mind is blown right now.
Yeah, Crunchitize. You just got Crunchitize, dog. That's what it is.
No. You got 2 different Captain Crunches over the original, over the OG Captain Crunch.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of wild, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I could definitely see it being interchangeable.
I can see it being interchangeable. But clergy is gonna show up at your door. That's like crimes against humanity. The UN might show up.
Clergy.
Yeah, like that's a sin. What you just said, like that's blasphemy.
What's your number 2? What, Raisin Bran? Fucking weirdo.
Number 2. Wait, didn't you have some? Did you have honey? What'd you have? Honey oats. What was it earlier?
No, I would never have honey
oats.
What
was it? You had something. What was it? With the strawberries.
Oh no, that was my roommate has
roommates.
He eats honey bunches of oats. Yeah, I asked him to move out because we don't eat shit like this. I didn't even know he had it. He's eating dried fruit. First of all, you shouldn't be eating anything with oats in it for breakfast, bro.
What about oatmeal?
Gross.
Oatmeal for breakfast is delicious. Delicious.
But yeah.
My number 2. Are you ready for my number 2?
Yeah.
My number 2 is Golden Grams.
Grams. Dude,
Golden Grams. What are you really gonna talk shit about Golden Grams?
Yeah, that's Golden Grams is what they give kids. You know when they have free reduced lunch in public school. That's what they give the kids with free reduced lunch. They give them Golden Grams because nobody wants. Because I imagine that General Mills that makes Golden Grams?
I don't know. Yes,
they probably have a variety pack where they're making all the good cereals, and then they probably try to give Golden Grams away to kids in Africa, and the kids in Africa are like, no, we don't want that.
That's not the case at all.
I'm pretty sure I saw a documentary about that, and they were trying to give the kids in Africa the Golden Grams.
That wasn't it. That wasn't what it was about.
We don't want those. We want those. Give them to somebody else.
Golden Grams are number 2, and it was close for number 1 for me. Like it was a toss up with my number 1 between my number 1 and Golden Grams. That was a toss up.
So your second pick of all time for cereal, you're going for Golden Grams.
Hell yes.
There's nobody that's going to agree with you. There's nobody that's listening or that will watch this video that would agree with you on that.
It's tied though. Like it's tied with my number with my number 1. Like they're pretty close. Number 1 edges it out a little bit.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, Captain Crunch, the OG original Captain Crunch.
See, I can't be mad.
I don't care if it cuts the roof of my mouth. It's so delicious. I don't even care.
It is delicious. I'll say that. It is.
Sometimes when you're eating chips and salsa, the chip will poke you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if not, the salt from the chip makes the roof of your mouth kind of sore.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? But we
Okay.
still eat chips and salsa. We shut the hell up about it destroying the roof of our mouth, and we eat chips and salsa. Shut up. Let's be grown adults and just eat our Captain Crunch like grown adults. You
See,
know what
but
I mean?
the scratching the roof of my mouth does bring it back a little bit because you kind of have to eat Captain Crunch like it's hot. You know what I mean? Because you don't want it to get the roof of your mouth. So I think it does bring it back. But I will give you. I think second is respectable for it. You've had much worse picks, much worse than that. So.
Hey, Eric said peanut butter Captain Crunch is
I think I'm going to redact and say that I think that you're right. I think that peanut butter Captain Crunch should be on my list. I guess I didn't really think about it. But I think I'll go ahead and say that it should definitely be on my list. But the most disrespectful thing that you've done today is you left off what should be everyone's number one cereal. And you didn't even have it in your top 10, which is by far the most disrespectful thing.
What's your number one?
The GOAT. Number one cereal of all time, not even close. Cinnamon Toast Crunch made with real cinnamon, dog. You kidding me? That's that street shit. You don't know nothing about that. You grew up in Shively. You know what I mean? That's
Cinnamon
that
Toast
shit.
Crunch.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Want to be Golden Grams when they grow up. Like, it's what they're striving to be. They stole the shape. They stole the texture. They're knockoffs. They're the Beverly Hills Polo to the Ralph Lauren collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Golden Grams are where it's at. Cinnamon Toast Crunch wants to be Golden Grams.
I think what happened is they made Golden Grams and they're like, guys, how can we make this not taste like shit?
I think what happened was I muted your mic because we're talking about how Cinnamon Toast Crunch is so much far superior or inferior to Golden Grams. That's what we're talking about. Nobody can hear you. You're muted. Nobody can even hear you. All right, there you are. You're back now. You're back. Don't try to make it a case, though. Cinnamon Toast Crunch wants to be Golden Grams.
God, you're a dumb man.
Look, Eric Davis, Chris Bowman, I love you, bro. Golden Grams are the truth, and the milk is serious.
But Eric Davis, tell me that Golden Grams are better.
Look at that, bro.
Tell me that Golden Grams are better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Just tell me that. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear that dirty little mouth. I want to hear that dirty little mouth of yours say that Golden Grams is better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I'll say it. I'll say it every day. Your number one didn't even make my top 10. Didn't even make my top 10.
You do know, so like when I was like not research, or I guess like researching this, but I was looking at thank you, Mike Clay. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm an honest moderator here. I'll pull up that comment.
Yeah, Mike Clay, you know what happened? He went in for a colonoscopy and they were like, all right, you got to take this mini shredded wheats for your fiber. That's
Eric Davis said honey over cinnamon all day. Thank you, Eric.
What a moron.
So Eric Davis is a food connoisseur, and Mike Clay looks like he's working on a Chevy Malibu as he's typing this. So we're going to go with food connoisseur over just sold some meth while working on a 76 Buick in his backyard in the mud puddle. Like, that's what we're going with right now. So number one, I think we just decided unanimously, I think we just decided that the number one cereal of all time was a tie between Captain Crunch and Golden Grams. That's what we decided. So, but that's what we settled right there, right? Is that what we were in agreement on, right?
No.
No. All right. We next one we're gonna move to top 10 all-time NBA point guards.
Spicy.
Top 10 all-time NBA point guards. I'm curious to see because I am like just a couple years older than you.
No. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them.
Because I am a couple
You
years
are
older than you.
you're over the hill. You're over the
I'm
hill.
gonna see if you even respect some of the elders that brought the game to where it is.
Probably
Or
not.
how,
Probably a lot of people
or how new your list is gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, because I bet you got some garbage players that like to flop that are on your list. I bet.
No. But I'll say like people that are your age and older, like my parents and grandparents, they're gonna probably disagree with my list. I'll agree with that. The older generation.
Because it's disrespectful. Because you
No,
think
like I can't. We'll get into it, but like there's just certain players that are given a pass, and like people are like, "Oh yeah, but they played in a shitty era, and they played against shitty competition, and so they're not going to be on my list because the criteria is hard. Because there are a few players on my list that are older that I don't think that could play in today's game but I kind of have to put them in because of what they did in their time.
Look, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell people about your basketball background.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll share something real quick. I'm gonna remove myself. You just talk for a minute. I'm gonna remove myself to share this on Facebook again. So trying to get these.
It's gonna take it's not gonna take that long, bro. It's not gonna take that long.
Then you can talk about the show, or you can talk about how garbage your cereal is.
All right. So my background is I played basketball my whole life. AAU. I played high school. I coached high school. I coached AAU, and I used to run AAU basketball tournaments. So my whole life is basically we've been surrounded by basketball. Chris Bowman, on the other hand, I think he played chess or something like that in high school because I know he's not really built like an athlete. He's not really an athlete. So that's why when he came to me and he was talking about basketball, I was kind of surprised because there's not an athletic bone in his body. So I think that you're gonna see the knowledge difference when we get into these arguments. And you'll see, the difference in somebody who actually knows basketball and somebody who doesn't. But yeah, I can plug my show though. I have a.
Yep. See that? Like how that worked? I heard you. Yeah. That's what we're doing, ain't it? Plugging the show. Coming up this Sunday at Hoppy Wobbles. I don't know if he told you about that. Look at him. He tried so hard, didn't he? Look at that. Laugh and be blessed. Sunday, April 10th. I love having control of that mute button. Dear God, I wish I had one of these for your ass in real life. That's it, bro. If only I had that mute button. Like every once in a while, I have a light that works, but
yeah.
So, all right.
I was just telling him how cool you were, man.
I know. I heard. I could hear. I was sharing something, but I was still here. You know what I mean? Let's get right down to it. Let me hear your trash ass list.
We're starting at number 10.
Who you got?
Number 10, I got Walt Frazier. Number 10.
It's actually a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, I got Walt Frazier top the number 10. Again, it's an era thing, but I mean, can't really dispute his production. You know what I mean? His numbers are crazy, so
he's on an honorable mention list. Like I made a list of like 20.
Yeah.
And then tried to narrow it down. So he's on that honorable mention list. He's in the top 15, but he did not make my top 10 list.
I mean, I could see that. I could definitely see some other people that you could put above him. I just think that for his time period, I just think it was pretty crazy with his numbers.
I'm going to watch you fall out of your chair as I drop my number 10 because you're going to
Let me tell you something, Chris. I know. I feel like I know who you're gonna say. I feel like I already know who you're gonna say.
You don't know who I'm gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't know.
Go ahead.
And his numbers don't match up to some of the other guys on the list, right?
Oh, it's somebody who sucks.
If you're looking at numbers and metrics, he may not add up, but his cultural significance is enough to make him on this list. He was cut short by injuries in his career, but I think had he been able to stay healthy, his numbers would have put him into the same stratosphere as everybody else we're talking about. But for his cultural significance, he had to make the list. And that's number one, Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
Penny Hardaway falls in that number 10 spot.
Okay.
Because he was nice.
Okay. I thought it was going to be something that, okay. I'll go along with that.
He's not higher than number 10 to me, but he has to make it.
I agree with you in the sense that if his career wasn't cut short, I definitely think he would have been 100%. But he wasn't going to make my list because of that in particular. But yeah, I'll give you that.
So he's up there for me because, again, all these lists are subjective. It's just my opinion, just Will's opinion. No, we saw your serial list. It's subjective. It's very subjective.
Pretty set in stone.
So, could you make an argument? Absolutely, you could. Should he be in there? Maybe not. I don't know. But for his cultural significance and how nice he was on the court,
I agree. And he was kind of a prototype. You know what I mean? Like, I think.
Look at the guys that came after him, the McGrady's.
Yeah. So he was kind of a prototype. So I could give you that. So
I got him at number 10. All right. So no real arguments there. Walt Frazier's a good pick. Penny Hardaway with the kind of memorial pick. You know what I mean? He ain't dead, but, just remembering his career kind of pick. Number 9, who you got in that number 9 spot?
I got Jason Kidd, number 9.
That's not bad.
Got Jason Kidd, number 9. The guy we don't know what his ethnicity is. What is he?
He was around for a long time.
Yeah, he's
longevity is definitely there.
Longevity, you know what I mean? Just if you look at his assist numbers are crazy.
I actually got it here. I'm trying to find his numbers here. He's what I got pulled up. Yeah, 1 NBA title, 5 All-NBA first-team selections, 10 All-Stars, 9 off-defensive selection.
Yeah.
And he finished second in assists and steals.
Yeah.
57th in rebounds and 87th in scoring.
Yeah, he's got more rebounds than Alonzo Mourning. He's got more rebounds than a lot of centers randomly.
So he makes my list. I'm not mad at that one. He made my list, but he's a little higher up. So we're gonna.
So who'd you put number 9 then?
We'll get to him. At number 9, I got coming in at number 9.
Get the fuck out of here!
Steph Curry.
Dude, that's actually dumb though, right? Like that's dumb. That's a dumb thing you just said. That's stupid, Chris.
But did he not make your top 10?
Did he make it? Of course he did. What are you talking about?
Did he not make it or something?
No, he did make my top 10. Is that a joke? How? Listen. How in the world could Steph Curry be number? What is it? We're on 9.
9. We're on 9.
What is your reasoning for having him so low?
His numbers. He's not there yet. If we were having this conversation in a couple more years, then maybe he's a little further up that list. But right now, there's 8 other people that I think are better all-time NBA point guards.
He has better numbers than. First of all, here's what you have to look at. 1, there's only 3 point guards that have been the best in the modern era that I can think of, that have won a championship and been the best player on their team. Magic won 2 without Kareem. He won 5 with, or not 5, or what, 4? Or no, he won 2 where he was the best player. Sorry, Kareem was on the team, but he was the best player. And then the other ones he won, Kareem was the best player, right? So Magic has 2 years that he was the best player as a point guard, right? Isaiah Thomas has 2 years where he was the best player as a point guard. And then the other third person is Steph Curry. Nobody else, no other point guard can say that you could argue maybe Chauncey Billups, I guess, for the Pistons, but that's an argument. But
we got to save Chauncey for the top 10 ugliest players. Like he's got to stay out of this conversation. He's not in this one.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, who's winning?
Steph's number 9.
He's won a championship. He's won more than one, but he's won a championship being the best player on the team. He's revolutionized the game. Okay, he's the best scorer at any point guard on the list by far. It's not close.
So what three NBA titles, 2 MVPs, 7 All-Stars, 67th in scoring, 68th in assists, 72 in steals.
So
now,
again,
that's solid. That's solid. It's top 10. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying there's people above him at this moment. If we were having this conversation,
no, even if we go by statistics, Chris, even if we go by statistics, Steph Curry is better than. Yeah, that. I am pissed because that doesn't make sense. That's literally like saying. Yeah, like.
But he also said Jason Kidd number 9. All your credentials just went out the window. So
no.
While you're.
I can back up why Jason Kidd is number 9. Everybody on my list above him, I can tell you why they're better than Jason Kidd. He can't tell me why whoever he's gonna say is better than Steph Curry because it won't make sense. I can. And no analyst would ever say Steph Curry is number 9. Go ahead, man. Go ahead with your number.
He's number 9. He's number 9. You're just gonna have to be mad about it. He's number 9. That's what we're doing here.
That's fucking stupid.
Who's your number 8?
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. The Nashster.
He's that low because he never won a championship. And I mean, so it's weird because like the criteria is weird because it's like moving parts. So like I can't, there's some things like you know what I mean? Like you got to kind of go back and forth. There's not like a set thing. But the fact that he never went, I don't think he even went to a finals, has he?
Yeah, he made it to the finals.
Did he?
I don't think he
he's never won a championship. So either way, he's never won a championship.
He's got 2 league MVPs, 7 all NBAs.
One of those he shouldn't have won. We know.
8 All-Stars. He ranks 4th in assists, 89th in scoring, and 230th in steals. But for those reasons, Steve Nash is one of my honorable mentions that didn't even get on my list. He didn't make it. Steve Nash did not make my list.
Eric, you better say something. Eric.
Steve Nash did not make my list because there's
Steve Nash not
7 other people better than him. He did not make my list.
Steve Nash not on his top 10.
He did not make my list.
You shouldn't be able to vote. I don't want people like you making decisions for the country. Straight up.
Right. My number 8. Let me pull it up here. The guy that is on the coin. He is the dime. John Stockton.
It's too low, bro.
John Stockton is my number 8.
That's too low.
See, I don't think so.
Was he number 1 in steals, number 1 in assists?
John Stockton, let me pull it up. 11 All-NBA selections, 10 All-Stars, 5 All-Defensive Second-Team selections, 1st in assists and steals, and 49th in scoring.
And you have him that low?
Yes. He's at number 8. And Eric said, nope, no finals for Nash. So you were right, no finals. So I got John Stockton.
There's no dude, his list is your list is way more ridiculous than mine. That's John Stockton, number 8.
Number 8. I think there's 7 point guards above him that are better.
Disrespectful.
This is where your list is about to get disrespectful because you don't give a shit about the people that came before you were born. So this is where your list is about to get disrespectful. Like the rest of my list is where your list is about to get super disrespectful.
But it's facts though. It's facts, but it's about to.
All right,
number 7.
Number 7, who you got?
Number 7, I'm going Gary Payton.
Gary Payton, the glove.
The glove, GP.
Look at him right there, Gary Payton.
And I honestly,
why you got him that low?
Honestly, I was just gonna say, he should be higher, but I won't put him higher because he really should be number one, but the next person is one of those old school dudes that you kind of have to put in there. So, but again, I mean, it docked him for me. It docked him that he never won.
He did have a title.
Oh, with the Lakers, right? No, who do you have a title with? Did he have a title?
He says he had a title. My record says he has a title.
Who did Gary Payton win with?
It says 1 NBA title, 9 All-NBA selections, 9 All-Stars, Defensive Player of the Year, 9 defensive first team selections, 4th in steals, 10th in assists, 35th in scoring, 238th in rebounds.
Who did it say he won with, though?
It didn't say. See if
look it up.
Eric Davis said Stockton might be top 5 for me.
Gotta be.
No, I think Stockton's more like number 8. That's all right.
Well, we'll find out.
Look it up over there on your phone.
But anyways, I don't have a lot really to knock on Gary Payton. Like I could definitely see him. I mean, obviously, a lead defender, was a great scorer too. I was looking at that like he's a great scorer. He had like 7 seasons. He was averaging 20 plus.
Yeah, he's a solid pick. I'm surprised he's that low, to be honest.
Like I said, I definitely like I could definitely put him higher.
And just his defensive intensity. He could come in and change a game just based off his defensive intensity. Like when he came in and ramped it up, he could change the entire flow of a game with just his defense.
But other than this next one, like I don't know if I'm starting a team. If I'm taking Gary Payton over these other dudes.
That's true.
And that's the only reason why I get it. But these other dudes, I just don't think that if I'm starting the team.
Jesus Christ, you're about to pull out Kyrie, Derrick Rose.
No, negative.
My number 7, we already talked about him, but look at there he is right there. Is he Cuban? Is he Puerto Rican? What is he?
Yeah,
we don't know. The world may never know. It's Jason Kidd. For me, number 7. Where'd you have him? Number 9?
He was number 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got him a couple places higher.
Did we ever find out his ethnicity?
No, I don't think so.
He's either a cop or he's who the cops shoot. He's one of them. We don't know.
It looks like he could be Ice-T's little brother or something.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
Because in that picture right there, he looks Caucasian in that picture right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think he may be mixed or something. I don't know.
I think he's Armenian. He's probably Armenian. Eric Davis says he's from Miami.
The fuck that doesn't help at all. So he's Cuban. Oh, it's Cuban.
I think Miami was in reference to where he won a title, but
okay. So I figured it was GP. I figured it was an older GP.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting at.
Probably was. All right, let's get to number 6. Who do you got at number 6?
Number 6, I got Oscar Robertson.
The big O. Look at him right there.
That's not the picture you should have chose.
Huh?
That's not the picture you should have chose.
That's a dope-ass picture right there. Look at him. That's an impressive feat.
Yeah.
I don't know why he needed to jump like that, but that's impressive.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. What basketball move is he doing right there? Like that
never once in any game have I been like, you know what?
I want you to keep that picture up. And here's why Oscar Robertson really is overrated, right? Because look at the people that he's playing against, right?
They would drag you.
They would drag me, yes, but would they drag
right now in their current state, however old they are right now?
No, they wouldn't. This is a 60. Oscar Robertson's main dominance was in the 60s. The 60s. He wasn't even supposed to.
You could never do that jump that he's doing. That's why he deserves to
be I just couldn't do it that high.
No, you can't do that at all.
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, you're right. You
scoot back and do it again. Do it right now.
No, I'm not gonna do it right now. I don't have any bottoms on. I just have a hoodie.
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to our boy Jeff Toy.
Hey,
local comedian Jeff Toy. He's going to be opening for Dave Chappelle next week, and I know we only got a couple viewers on here. Most people already know that, but I'm just throwing that out there. I just want to give him some flowers. Something made me think about that. Giving him his flowers while I'm thinking about it. Jeff Toy opening for Dave Chappelle. Congratulations, my brother, on that remarkable achievement that you have landed. Again, all right, let's take in Oscar Robertson here. Look at that. Look at that jump.
Don't say take
right.
him and then post that picture. Go ahead.
Yeah. My number 6 is Oscar Robertson, the big O from Cincinnati.
Oh, we got the same number 6?
Same number 6 right there. So that's good right there.
Okay.
Don't feel bad about that one. We can't even argue about it. Both got Oscar Robertson, number 6 spot. Mike Clay said, come on. I don't know what that is. Oh, Jeff Toy, because we were talking about Jeff Toy. All right. Let's see here. Number 6 of all time, we already did. So we're moving on to number 5. In my number 5 spot, I got the guy. I don't know if he deserves this spot, but I'm going to give it to him anyways. The man, the logo himself, Jerry West, in that number 5 spot. Jerry West, the logo.
I didn't really consider him a 1 point. I really consider him a 2.
I think he's a point guard. I think he's considered a point guard. Would he have made your list if you were considering him?
It depends on the criteria. If I'm talking about people that can play in any era, then no. If I'm talking about what he did in his era, absolutely.
Yeah, so we're talking about.
Yeah.
Metrics and
so in his we're based off of his
significance.
Yeah, based off his era, absolutely. I wouldn't it wouldn't even be close if it was in his era.
Eric said, should Westbrook be above Big O? I know he won the championship, but he had Lou Alcindor. Big O was the originator of the fadeaway jumper. I don't think Westbrook should be above.
I'm not. Let me say something. Don't even get me started on Westbrook, bro.
I don't think Westbrook should be above Oscar Robertson. That's my opinion on it. I don't think so. All right. Who's your number 5? Who you got coming in the number 5 spot?
John Stockton, baby. You know what it is.
John Stockton. So you got him a little bit higher than I did. You had him in your top 5. Eric had him in his top 5. Maybe he should have been a little higher, but if I'd have had him in my top 5 and I'd have had Jason Kidd up there and I'd have put Steve Nash in, then you would have been like, you're racist. And so I tried not to do that. So I left the white people off or moved them way down the list, just so I wouldn't have to hear your mouth. Hear you call me racist. I moved them way on down the list. So, all right, let's keep moving to number 4. Number 4. Who you got in the number 4 spot? Oh, God, this is going to be something stupid.
Number 4, baby.
Who you got?
I'm going with CP3, Chris Paul.
CP3. I don't even have a picture of him.
I go with Chris Paul. The only knock he has for me, obviously, is that he didn't win it. He's never won a championship. However, the thing about Chris Paul is most teams that when he comes to a team, they instantly get better. And when he leaves, they instantly get worse. So, and especially we're talking about prime defensively, he was a beast. He can score the ball. His IQ is off the charts. It's like I said, he's only dropped just because he's never won a championship. But if you put Chris Paul, look at the Suns. The Suns were awful, and then Chris Paul comes in, they will go to the finals.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put this comment up. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that one up there.
That was from Steph Curry. When you put Steph Curry, that's when he said that.
I know, but I'm going to go ahead and put it back up because it's going to be applicable again in just a second. CP3 didn't make my top 10. Didn't make it. He didn't make my top 10. He's in my honorable mention list. He didn't even make my top 10.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, you don't know basketball, just say that then. Just say that.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest with this one. He probably deserves to be in the top 10.
Probably, yeah.
He probably deserves it.
Yeah, probably.
But I've never liked the dude, so he ain't make my list. Fuck him.
Come on, what is this about a popularity? I don't like, honestly, I don't like Chris Paul either. He's a dirty player.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But we're talking about ability on the court. He's easy top 10.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Don't you just want to punch him?
He's got a punchable face.
Yeah. So
I'll give you that.
Really, it's nothing against his points, his metrics, his stats. It's none of that. It's because he's got a stupid face, and I don't like him. So fuck him. He didn't.
Chris Paul definitely acts like someone who's never gotten punched in the mouth before.
So, all right. Well, you're not as pissed about that as I thought you.
No. Well, no, I am pissed about. I am pissed about that. But
it's a personal vendetta.
It's you. It's not,
I'll just be honest. Like, honestly, Penny probably took his spot. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I probably put Penny in his spot. So.
You think Jason Kidd's better than Chris Paul?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. In their prime, I would have taken Jason Kidd over Chris Paul. I would have.
I don't know.
He showed up for the interview, and I'd have been like, I want to punch you in the face. And that would have been all she wrote, because that dude's annoying as hell. I don't like that guy. So he didn't make my list.
He is a dirty player, I'll say that.
My number 4, you're going to be like, what? But then I'll explain.
You just told me your number 4.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said your number 4 was Oh no, my bad. You're right. My bad. Go ahead. Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy. How do you not like a guy who found way to make your beer cold while you're sitting at the pool? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude invented the koozie. Right?
Nope.
That wasn't him?
It was not him. And put his picture up again.
Hang on. Eric Davis said the Suns were decent before CP3. They just lost Ayton to suspension. Got better with Rubio, undefeated in the bubble.
They were not a championship caliber team without CP3. He looks like a father that's stern but fair.
Nah, he looks like he beats his kids. Like yeah. Like that dude would pull the leather sole off his shoe and like beat a kid with it. That dude lived through some rough times or something. Like he looks like an immigrant that just got here. Like
maybe.
Like he looks like he's fresh off the boat.
But here's what I'm saying. Imagine him having to guard Damian Lillard.
Oh, he would tear Damian Lillard's ass up. Have you seen videos of Bob Cousy?
Yeah, he was playing against people with the athleticism of me and you. What are you talking about?
I'm glad you finally acknowledged that we have the same athleticism. I appreciate that. Yeah. But he would jack Lillard up. Like I would take Bob Cousy. I would take Bob Cousy over Damian Lillard any day.
Bro, have you actually watched Bob Cousy's highlights? And you watched the competition he's playing in against?
I'm just gonna go ahead and put that up there again. Just go ahead and put that back up there.
It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close.
That's what I'm saying. Saying. It wouldn't even be close. Like his fundamentals were so strong.
Bro, what does he do better than Damian Lillard? He's not faster. He doesn't jump higher. He's not stronger. He doesn't shoot the ball better. He doesn't finish at the basket better. What does he do that would ever make you think that he would do anything? He's super mechanical. His game is not fluid at all. See how fluid the players are?
It's technically solid. Like, the old man in the gym playing in the rec league that does everything. He sets picks. He rolls when he's supposed to. He's supposed to be there. Does everything right. Hits everything.
And you know what happens to that dude on defense? We tear his ass up because he can't move. Because he's not used to people being able to dribble the ball below their waist.
Listen, he would tear Damian Lillard's ass up in a one-on-one game. Eric Davis says Bob Cousy dribbles like Stanley from The Office.
That's what I'm saying, though.
You're just disrespectful, bro. You have no respect for your elder.
He's gonna kill Damian Lillard. Get the fuck out of here.
He's gonna shut Damian Lillard down. All right, who you got at number 3? Number 3 spot.
This is where it gets spicy. Not really, though. The top 3 for me were easy in order. I'm going Isaiah.
Isaiah Thomas up in the piece.
Yeah.
Got him right there. He's right there. He's showing them how big your dick is.
He was very gracious. He was very gracious for me. I appreciate it.
That's why I pulled up that picture.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's average though, right?
Yeah, that's pretty average. I think that's pretty average.
That's average. That's average.
Well, we did it again. My number 3 is Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with it. Hold on, I can't hear you. No, I don't have it on. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Should I leave and then come back in?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Glitch in the system there. We hit the hour and 6 minute mark. So number 2 and number 1 are what we're down to with these now. Number 2, and I'm afraid that I don't even want to know who your number 2 is really, because I feel
my number 2 is your number 1. I guarantee it.
Magic Johnson.
My number 2 is Magic Johnson.
That's what I figured you were gonna say. You got Magic Johnson in there in that number 2 spot. So that means you got what? Kyrie Irving number 1? Is that where you're going?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Who's
your number 2?
Irving?
We'll get to the number 1. Who's your number 2?
This guy right here gonna be your number 1.
Get the fuck out of here. Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is Gary Payton. My number 2 is Gary Payton. He's all the way up at the list at number 2. GP, baby, the glove.
The number 2 point guard of all time.
Mr. Shut him down. Gary Payton. Defense is where it's at. Like nobody can come in with their defensive intensity and change a game like Gary Payton. It's an intangible thing that was effective in the game. Something that you can't plan for. He could come in and change the game, and he could lock. How many people did he have to guard that were bigger than him?
I mean, he wasn't small, dude. He was like 6'4".
He was always on the other team's best guy. That's just the way it was. He was just a defensive nightmare. He could score, he could drop dimes, and he had a lot of times not a whole lot of help around him through the majority of his career, and still was able to put up those kind of numbers.
But here's what I'm saying. What's more important, the best attribute for an NBA player is not defense. It's not passing. It's not rebounding. The best attribute you can have is scoring the ball. And people don't want to say that because it seems like it's selfish or whatever. But
not for a point guard, though.
Huh?
Not for a point guard.
Yeah, it is. Especially
being able to create offense off the dribble.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say scoring the ball. I would say creating an offense off the dribble.
No, scoring. Like put it like this. Especially in today's NBA, it's no longer like I care as much about you officiating offense. That's great, but what I really want you to be able to do is score the basketball. That's like the big. If you look at the top 10 players in NBA today, they all have one. There's one thing that they all have in common, and that's they all can score the ball at a high level. All of them. Some can't play defense, some can't pass the ball.
The team mentality is gone.
No.
It's a different era. Yes, the team mentality is gone. The I mentality rules.
I mean, even if I look at the 90s, it was the same way.
Yeah,
if I look at the top 10 players, I guarantee you, in 9, maybe all 10 of them, they're an elite scorer.
The moral of the story is Gary Payton in the number 2 spot. Gary Payton in the number 2 spot. Number 2. Hang on. If Seattle's coach wasn't stupid and Gary Payton guarded MJ the full series, we wouldn't hear that 6-for-6 talk. Thank you.
I kind of wish we didn't, so I didn't have to hear fucking all that 6-6 talk. But
number 2, he was number 2. That's what we're going with. Unanimous decision.
Too high.
He was number 2. Number 1, who do you got?
I got the one and only Steph Curry, number 1, baby. Give it to him. Light-skinned God. Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
I disagree, and here's why I disagree. Because you're wrong. Yep, and you're muted. So, because I knew you were going to have something to say. But you're wrong. Steph Curry hasn't deserved it. Hasn't put in the work. He hasn't put in the work yet. He still got more to prove.
What else do you
He still got more to prove. One-on-one. Who you taking in their prime to start a team? Magic Johnson or Steph Curry? Who you taking to start a team?
Who else is on my team?
No, I'm saying you're starting a team.
I'm starting a team and I'm building them around the player?
Yep, and you either get to pick to start. You either get to pick to start around Steph Curry.
Here's why. Here's why I take Steph Curry. Because first of all, here's what people don't realize about Magic Johnson. Let's get real.
He has AIDS. We know that.
Yeah.
People realize that.
Yeah. Okay. Limited score. Okay. Bad defender.
Just look at him.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Yeah. And also played in the majority of his championships, played on a crazy loaded team. I mean, look at the players that he's played with.
If we did a top 10 all-time NBA player list, which we will, would LeBron make your list?
A top 10 NBA player list?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Then you can't hold that against Magic Johnson.
What? No.
Team thing.
No. Because here's the thing, though. One, if we're talking era to era, Magic Johnson played with a top 3 player of all time. We're not talking about a top 5 player in the league or a top 10 player in the league. I'm talking about a top 3 player of all time. He wasn't the best player. Yeah, he played with it. He played. Then he had teams with him, with Kareem, James Worthy, who's a top 50 player of all time, him, and then Michael Cooper, who was one of the best defenders in the league at the time. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I could have been on that team. Goddamn.
He's number one. That's what we're getting at. Number
Here's
one.
The thing. Look, I want a guy that can score at a high level, night in and night out. If I was like, and even at every stage of his career, if I said, Magic, man, I need you, and he's on a bad team, I was like, man, I need you to give me 30 tonight. He's not going to be able to do that.
He could do that.
Not consistently.
And then, yes, he could do that.
No, not consistently. Magic Johnson not giving you 30. Yeah, he couldn't do that consistently. There's never a point in his career because he doesn't have that offensive skill set like that. He was limited offensively.
Eric said, Kareem is my number one all time.
Yeah.
He made another comment too, but I'm not going to pull it up because it supports things I don't agree with, so we're not even going to pull it up.
Was it offensive?
No. He was just something giving Steph Curry props, and we're not going to.
Hey, but you gave Penny Hardaway props for revolutionizing his game.
It's true.
Steph Curry.
I give it Steph. Steph's top 15. He's top 15.
Chris.
He's top 15. He didn't quite make it, though.
I mean.
He's actually number 9. I had him at number 9. I did put him top 10. So don't. He's just not there yet. What else do you want him to do? He's still got to prove more. Talk about being on loaded teams.
Prove more. He was the best player on the
Klay Thompson. He's like an upgraded Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean?
What'd you say?
Said he had Klay Thompson by his side the whole time.
What'd you just say after that? What'd you say after that?
Upgraded Scottie Pippen. So I'm talking about like as far. If I was picking them in order, Scottie Pippen would be above Klay Thompson. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about being on a loaded team. He's got a teammate there that is his Scottie Pippen. I'm not saying he's better than Scottie Pippen.
Well,
I'm saying
I wouldn't even use that.
MJ had Pippen. Steph's had.
That's not the same, bro. That's not the same. You're comparing. Remember, Klay Thompson has never been a top 10 player in the league ever, right?
Said, and y'all did both leave off Tony Parker Only Magic has more championships.
We didn't leave off Tony Parker. Tony Parker, talk about a loaded team. You're the best power forward ever.
Bob Cousy's got 6. I don't know how many Tony Parker has, but Bob Cousy has 6.
No, Tony Parker's not on the list. Sorry, bro.
He didn't make
it. He benefited from a great system, and he played with really great players. I can't give him that. There's nobody on this list that I'm taking off for Tony Parker. I may put him top.
Maybe Steph Curry. I might take Steph off for him.
No, but Scottie Pippen. That's you can't put those in the same sentence.
No, I'm saying I'm not comparing their skill sets. I'm saying he is Scottie Pippen to.
Well, everybody. I mean, yeah. I mean, but what's your point by saying that? Everybody who's winning championships for the most part has somebody else that's really good.
My point is saying, like you were talking about, you were knocking Magic for having loaded teams.
But here's what I'm saying:
like the Warriors have been trash.
No, what I'm saying is that Magic, for most of his championships, didn't have loaded teams. He had generational talent. Like he had a top 3 player of all. I'm not talking about a top 3 player in the league. I'm talking about a top 3 player of all time. Then he had a top 50 player of all time. He had Hall of Famers, legit first ballot. You're in. James Worthy, Kareem. That's different from having Klay Thompson, bro.
Steph's not number 1. You're out of your mind thinking that he's number 1.
You know, when they do the list of point guards, most analysts have him. They probably have him number 2 after Magic, but nobody has him number 9.
Most analysts
that have any type of reputation are not going to put Steph Curry 9 because there's no metrics that support that.
Yeah, he's 9. That's it.
Championships, scoring ability, officiating offense. What are you talking about? Leading the team? Like what? Like I don't understand how anybody could not have Steph Curry higher. He's got to be at least top 5.
He's number 9. He's number 9.
Let's move on amicably.
Yeah. Steph Curry is not number 1. We're just gonna. You know what? I might move you up my list of top 10 comedians in Louisville with that joke.
I think you're maybe onto something.
With that joke though, that Steph Curry's your number 1 point guard of all time. Like you should put that in your bid.
That's not far-fetched, bro.
That's better than your godmother sitting on your face. Like it's better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised nobody. There's another one, an honorable mention. While I'm thinking about it, before we move on from point guards, honorable mention that made my list that I debated on. Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway had some pretty good numbers, pretty good players, some championships. Solid all-around player. Another honorable mention for me. That was close. Trying to figure out how he worked in. He didn't quite make the cut.
Hold on. Talk to them about your dumbass opinions real quick. I got to go use the restroom real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, God. So unprofessional. Did you know what we were doing? Did you know? All right. So while he's gone real quick, let's just talk about how he is scared to fight me in a boxing match for charity. We've been trying to talk him into doing it for 2 years, and he's scared to death. He's been punked out by a couple of comedians. We talked about it last night at Rich Reagan's house. There's another comedian in town that punked him out pretty bad. And since then, he's been kind of scared. Told him I'd teach him how to box, so that way next time this comedian runs up on him, he doesn't have to run like a little girl. But he's scared, and so we're not going to be boxing. So instead of boxing, we're just going to do this show instead since he's a little girl and he's scared to box after that other comedian punked him out. And said, "Oh,
that's misogynistic. That's misogynistic." You said little girl. That's misogynistic. 1. For 2,
did you say? Don't.
That's misogynistic.
Don't drag me into shit. Listen, whatever he just said. Don't.
Also, I will fight any comedian in Louisville in a boxing match or.
I'm gonna see if it'll let me tag Derek Sawyer real quick.
Oh no, not him. Let
me see.
He did like UFC or some shit like that.
Yeah. All right.
But if anybody else wants these hands,
I do.
You included. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's set it up. Let's run it.
Yeah. I'm down for stuff.
All right. Top 10 Louisville comedians. So speaking of you being a little bitch, we were gonna do the list in order, just like we did every other list, but Will was scared to do it that way. So he said he was afraid that some people were gonna run up on him and put hands on him. And so he didn't want to do it that way. So our list for top 10 Louisville comedians, share this, get some people watching. We need a few more people in here. We got to at least have 10 comedians in here to count down the top 10 comedian list.
How can you see who's on here? Or can you only see? Oh, only you can see it. So you can't see how many people are on or watching?
No, not really. It doesn't really show it that way. I wish it would, but I can't. I don't know. We might be able to figure out more about
it. There could be like 500 people watching right now.
There could be. I don't know. There's not 500 people in the comments, so I doubt there are. But I think we probably got like 2 people, Mike Clay and Eric Davis, and that's about it. Nice. But I love those 2 guys, so I'm glad they're here, even though Mike Clay's opinion sucks on cereal. I'm still glad he's here. So, the top 10 Louisville comedians list in no particular order. Just throw one at me, and then I'll throw one at you, and we'll just do it that way.
All right. I got Mandy McKelvey's on mine.
Yeah, Mandy McKelvey.
You don't mind?
She made your top 10 list.
Yeah.
Would she be top 10 or top 5 if you had to break it down?
For me personally, probably, I don't know. That's why I say I don't like to do the rankings because it's weird. I mean, it is weird though, because it's like it's all subjective to, but I'll say this. So when I did my list on this, my criteria isn't necessarily we
should explain the criteria.
Yeah.
Do that real quick. Explain what our criteria was real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So my criteria, I don't know how you did it, but my criteria is I did based off of who I find funny. But part of it is crowd, how they do in crowds consistently. What's the crowd reaction? So even if I don't find you funny, maybe if the crowd finds you super funny, then that's definitely a plus, because in my opinion, it's subjective. So that's my opinion. But who cares what I think? Who cares what Chris thinks? It matters about what the audience thinks. So I'll go that. Then like my like writing ability, joke structure, book ability, like who's getting booked and what are the levels of booking that you're getting. So like there's a difference between getting booked at, an A club or a B club than, maybe a random bar or something like that, just depending on, there's levels to, different shows that you can be booked on. Then like who you worked with, that's kind of an iffy one, but who you worked with and accolades, how long you've been doing it, what's your level, you're a headliner, you're a feature host, all that kind of comes into play.
Everybody, for our parameters for even making these lists, everybody had to be a headliner, and they had to live within 30-minute drive of Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they had to have performed at least once within the last few months.
Yeah.
So that was like some very specific criteria to even make the list. So like next week, one of our topics is going to be top 10 comedians in the state of Kentucky. So that way it expands it out a little bit further than just Louisville. And Eric said, blah, 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 number that shit.
See, Eric likes to keep it spicy.
I know.
He likes to keep it spicy.
So anyways, that was our criteria. You have to be a headliner. You have to live within 30-minute drive of Louisville. And you have to have performed at least once in the last couple months. So you threw out Mandy McKelvey as one of yours, no particular order. Mandy McKelvey was on my list as well. So 1 down, 9 to go.
Yeah.
Mandy McKelvey on both of our top 10s.
Yeah, I think just because her bookability. She gets booked often in like good gigs, and she's well known in the region. A lot of people know she's well sought after. Like a lot of people want Manny McKenzie on the show, and she does well every time she gets on stage. So I thought it was,
and really witty with her crowd work. Can do crowd work, can do material, can do improv.
Yeah,
very talented.
And she can do like an hour and a half straight.
Yeah,
she does her one woman show, I think it's called. And so that's crazy.
Manny McKenzie, top 10.
Top 10.
And if you don't like this list, again, these are just
go fuck yourself if you don't like it. How about that?
We're going to probably make some people mad because they didn't make
do something about it.
Will's gonna get beat up for sure. Will's gonna get beat up for sure.
If you see a bitch swing on one, you know what I mean?
Say it again.
If you see a bitch, swing on a bitch. You know what I mean? Unless you're Derek Sawyer, because he does UFC. He said
had to go back and find it. All right, another name that is on my top 10 Louisville comedians list. I'm gonna throw mine out there, and I'm gonna go Sean Smith.
Oh yeah. That's on my list. Sean Smith that's my dog. Because he's doing a show that I'm featuring for him April 15th and 16th at Planet of the Tapes. That's gonna be a crazy show. Planet of the Tapes, if y'all don't know, is right by the Diamonds, the old Diamonds. I think it's shut down now, but the Diamonds that's on Baxter. So April 15th and 16th, it's on my Instagram. Get tickets.
Just April 15th.
No, it's 15th and 16th.
No, it's just April 15th because April 16th is the show at Goodwood Brewing at 636 East Main Street. Danny Browning headlining with Evan Lewis and Jeff Toy. So that's nobody can hear you. I muted you, so just hang tight for a second. Just pump the brakes for a second. So go see Will and Sean Smith, Planet of the Tapes, April 15th, April 16th at Goodwood Brewing. Come see Danny Browning, Evan Lewis, and the guy that's opening for Dave Chappelle, Mr. Jeff Toy. All right, you're back now, Will. So
you can come both. You can come both nights. And 15th and 16th.
Yeah, April 15th at Planet of the Tapes. Will McKenzie, Sean Smith. So Sean Smith, top 10, and your top 10 as well, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Sean Smith is definitely in my top 10. He's
two down, 8 to go. Give me another one.
I'm gonna go with Kevin White.
Kevin White in the top 10. Yeah. Now, we started some drama last time we talked about top 10 because we left him off the list.
Who's we?
You did as well.
No, I didn't. Go back and look at my list.
Listen, when we first had the initial conversation outside of 21st, the parameters were kind of the same. And we both thought that he was not living in and around.
Oh, you're talking about that one. Okay.
Yes. So the very first time we ever brought up top 10, we left him off because we didn't think he was living in Louisville, which was one of the parameters. So he is living just outside of Louisville in southern Indiana, but he is within that 30-minute radius that we set up to be.
Put his address at the bottom of the screen so they can.
It's in the comments. If anybody wants it, it's in the comments. Not really. He's in my top 10 too. So because he is here, Kevin White makes my top 10 list.
Yeah, he's done the Apollo. He's touring right now with Tommy Davidson, I think.
Eric Davis said Kevin is in my top 2.
I mean, that's valid. I mean, he does a lot of shit. I mean, he's doing a lot of clubs around the country. He's got big names. He's won a lot of competitions. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of comedians don't know that are from live in Louisville don't know because he's gone so much. Because he's doing
a whole lot of shows around here.
People probably don't know.
They're probably just now shows that he does. He's not on a lot of other shows around.
Right. So he's
He's in mine as well. He's up there. So Kevin White definitely made the list. Who else? Somebody you got in your top 10? Who else?
I got Tim Northern.
Got Tim Northern in the top 10.
I do.
Louisville legend Tim Northern.
Yeah.
I as well have Tim Northern in my top 10 list. So people may have something to say about it. I don't really care. We're looking at what he does.
We're looking at his
Looking
ability.
at his resume, looking at what he does comedically, his writing, his way that he manipulates words within his joke telling. Tim Northern, top 10 Louisville comedian in my book. Same for you as well. All right, another one I got coming up here. I got Keith McGill.
Oh yeah.
I got Keith McGill in my top 10.
Yeah. No
Keith
doubt.
McGill in your top 10?
Yeah. Sensei. That's one of my senseis. He helps me a lot with he's really good. He's known to be a really good joke writer. A lot of people in the scene know Keith
Does he
McGill.
write your stuff for you?
Most of it, yeah.
I'm surprised by that. I figured it'd be better.
He writes. He's known to give good feedback, and he's just like one of the best writing in terms of joke structure and writing. He's one of the best. So,
consummate professional.
Yeah,
it's a word that's used to describe Keith McGill.
Yeah, and he's very helpful to newer comics. You know, he'll take notes and tell you, hey, you should try switching this around, or pause, work on your timing, or maybe you should make this joke. He will help you with joke structure and things like that. So,
all right, we got 5 down. We got 5 more to go.
We on the same accord. We're not gonna agree on somebody. Somebody's not gonna be in.
Is this your top 5? Have you gone out of order at all?
I went out of order. I'm just saying names. I went out of order.
So these last 5 aren't your top 5?
Not necessarily. Yeah, it's all mixed in. Because, like I said, I could see.
I'm just trying to rope you into saying something.
Yeah. Nah. I mean.
All right. Who else you got?
Go ahead and give me big dog. Give me Eric Kimbrough.
Eric Kimbrough. He didn't make my list.
I really wish he didn't make mine, to be honest with you.
Eric Kimbrough did not make my list. He's in that honorable mention category.
Oh, you're dead ass?
Yeah.
You dead ass?
Yeah.
You're lying. You're fucking
lying. Eric Kimbrough did not make my top.
They swear to God.
Somebody tag him. Somebody tag Eric Kimbrough right now in the comments. Somebody tag him right now in the comments. Will McKenzie's got Eric Kimbrough in the top 10. I do not have Eric Kimbrough in my top 10.
You're bullshit, bro.
This is the point where you said at some point we were going to disagree.
That's cap.
We have reached that point in this thing. Eric Kimbrough just outside the top 10 looking in.
So not to start shit, but if we're going off of the number.
Bro, you out of your mind, bro. Kimbrough,
yeah, I don't know, man.
Absolutely, Kimbrough's in my list, bro.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I didn't know.
Eric Kimbrough is. He's probably if I didn't rank him, we're doing any particular order, but
he'd probably be
in the top 5, top 3 for me.
Oh, I would put Kimbrough top 3 easily. I probably honestly, I hate to fucking say this, bro, but I probably might put Kimbrough 1. If we're talking about audience reaction, he's just too consistent. He kills almost every time he gets on stage. And
just because I forgot to put up their pictures, Sean Smith, what a handsome fellow. We forgot. We talked about him. He's definitely in the top 10 unanimously between us, but I didn't put up his picture. Mandy McKelvey did not put up her picture. Will was on there being aggressive like a makeup salesman in the middle of the mall on her picture when she posted this. He was on there.
Nope, didn't comment.
Yes, you did. It's on there. I promise. Keith McGill, we'll just show his picture there because we're giving everybody their run there. Giving everybody their run. Okay. All right, so Eric Kimbrough definitely on that list, 100%. Definitely, I think for both of us, up towards that top of that list. If not at the peak of the pinnacle, definitely towards the top.
Yeah.
So, Eric Kimbrough.
Nobody kills harder than Kimbrough.
Next up, top 10. Definitely in there. Your man, your buddy, your pal.
Hey,
Mr. Brad Landing.
OG.
Mr. Brad
That's
Landing.
BL right there.
So
that's BL.
Brad Landing definitely in the top 10 for me. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
that's big dog.
We unanimous on that one again.
Yeah.
He's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Who
else you got?
We grew up in the same hood together, me and BL.
Anchorage? Anchorage? Is that? I didn't know that's where he was from.
The fuck out of here.
Eric Davis said, was this tougher for y'all only having headliners or easier? I would say easier.
Yeah. Easier.
I would say easier. Because if we're just going 100%, if I was just going off who I like to see or who I like hanging out with after the mic or something like that, my list would be different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But based on the criteria that we set forth for making this list, which was headliner, within 30-minute drive, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to put somebody who's hosting or featuring over somebody who's a headliner. It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plus, we're going to be doing the show more often. We can always get to that next tier, too. Like next week, we're doing top 10 of Kentucky comedians. But we can always do second.
That's going to get spicy.
Yeah.
Some people are going to
get
out.
left off that list then.
Some people are going to get dropped out.
So, yeah, next week is going to be top 10 all-time NBA centers. Top 10 Kentucky comedians. And then we haven't settled on the third topic yet. So put something in the comments if you want to see us in that third, whatever that third.
You know what I think would be crazy is like top 10 movies.
Yeah, but you got to go by genre at that.
Okay, yeah, naturally, genre.
You got to do different. We can figure it out. It out. So I just did Brad. Who else you got? Eric Davis says there's some features that will smoke headliners, though. That's true. But we're talking about the ones that, and like, give us an example. Who do you think is a feature that would smoke a headliner? Drop it in the comments who you think that would be. But, and that is true. And here's the other thing about this list. It's really subjective. It's just opinion.
Yeah.
But also it could change depending on the room, depending on the demographic of the room, depending on the mood of the room, depending on the city. There's so many different factors. So that's why you kind of have to, when we're looking at this, we're doing like a cumulative thing. Who's professional? Who's bookable? Who's on time? Who does all the little intangibles to be a professional working comedian?
Because remember, you have to cross the threshold over feature to be a headliner. You know what I mean? So
they were features at one point.
Correct.
And they may get smoked by a feature right now, but they're still solid. They're still headliners. They're still getting work. They're still professional. They're still doing all the intangibles to go along with being a headliner. So, all right, I hit Brad Landing as that last one. Who do you have for the next
one? I got Rich Reagans.
Rich Reagans. All right, listen.
Richie Rich.
Rich ain't watching, so I'm going to do this. So here's a picture of Rich Reagans.
Richie Rich.
There's Richie Rich right there. I think he's definitely top 10, may even be top 3. What he can do consistently in room after room after room. The way he brings it, as long as he's been doing it, his longevity. When I say longevity, I mean he's old as shit. He hated this picture. He said never post this picture anywhere. So I'm posting this picture. Rich Reagans, everybody.
Yeah, he looks terrible.
Yeah, that's his.
Really aging.
He looks like he could die at any minute.
Yeah, things are going downhill fast. And the crazy thing is that, it's just because white people age terrible. I mean, he's only 35, I think.
something like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so though. I think he's way older. Like, I think he might be twice that. Like he's been a professional comedian for like 62 years.
Yeah. He invited you over to his home, and this is what you do?
What are you talking about? You're the one that sent me that picture. Eric Davis said he'd rather see Chris Crowder over Tom Mabe or Danny Browning.
He's putting names on it. That's a wild. You're a wild boy, Eric. You're a wild boy.
Look.
yeah, put that up there.
This live broadcast. Those are the person speaking. All right. Jay Chandler said he was way better than Chris Crowder. He said he was just talking about Chris Crowder the other day. He said he was leagues better than Chris Crowder. What are your thoughts on that, Eric Davis? All right, throwing out another one. You got Rich Reagans. I got Rich Reagans. Both had Rich Reagans. So far, our top 10 list for
what do we? Where we got what? 2 more?
We still got.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
2 more. So we put this together thinking this was going to be extra spicy. So far, it's just been like me and you agreeing on.
I think one of them will be different because I don't know if this person is technically a headliner. I don't think the one person that I have, but so I think that.
I'm going to throw out a name and see if it is who I'm thinking you're thinking right now. Is it Patrick Passafume?
No, I consider Patrick Passafume a headliner.
Okay.
And he is on my list.
Honorable mention.
He is on my list.
I'm going to go ahead and throw him out there. He's on my honorable mention. He's not in this last 2 that are left, but Patrick Passafume is in my honorable mentions. Just outside that range.
Patrick Passafume's in mine. I think that if you look at what he's done, who he's worked with, you look at writing ability, how long he's done it. I consider Melissa a headliner too, but she's not on this list because she doesn't live here anymore. Eric Davis.
Well, I pulled up that thing. He said how Melissa used to smoke headliners. Melissa,
I agree.
While we're talking about honorable mentions, Melissa would have made my top 10. She would have made my top 10 list, but she no longer lives within a 30-minute drive of Louisville.
Right. But yeah, she's easily top 10.
Based on that. Davis also said Jay Chandler, Jay-Z voice, okay. But that was going back to the I'd rather see Chris Crowder over Mabe or Browning comment. Jay Chandler said he's leagues better than Chris Crowder and Eric Davis is. Okay. So, following that up there. So we're down to 2 left, right?
Right. Well, I already told you one of mine is Patrick Passafume.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I just asked you if it was one of them, and you were like, no.
No, I said it's not the one that you're thinking of.
Oh. So the Patrick Passafume is one.
Patrick Passafume is definitely in mine. I mean, if he's worked with huge names, and he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was a favorite at the Improv. I mean, I've seen people go up there and bomb the whole show, and I've seen him come up and crush plenty of times. So,
he's just outside mine. I mean, like he's like right there. Just if I was swapping 2 other people, he would be in there. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I go my boy P Pass.
Yeah, he's just outside mine. All right, so my other one would be the one and only Holly Lene. Get Holly Lene in there. She's doing her thing, traveling all over.
You want to talk about bookability? She gets booked probably more than anybody on this list.
With Chelsea Handler right now. So on tour with Chelsea Handler. Professional, doing her thing, bookability, all the
she's
things.
She got that Kevin White thing where they're always on the road. Like they're always doing big shit on the road. So, a lot of people locals may not even know Holly Lene. It's because she's doing Chelsea Handler and she's in New York and Denver doing Comedy Works Club and shit like that. So,
all right, we're down to 1 spot left.
See, this is the one that I don't know. I guess they're not technically a headliner. I don't know if they are. I don't know how they would consider it, but I'm going West End Pookie.
West End Pookie. West End Pookie. I do not have a picture of West End Pookie to pull up. A couple people didn't have. I didn't have pictures of them because we really didn't discuss these lists beforehand, so I didn't know who you were going to pick. You didn't know who I was going to pick.
No.
And this is the only one that we're going to have different.
No, we had two different.
Patrick Passafume.
I didn't have Holly Lene on mine.
Yeah, Patrick Passafume and Holly Lene. That one was different. And this one's going to be different too. My last and final pick in there. I mean.
Oh, no, but see, no. Wait a minute.
You left out this guy right here from In Living Color.
No. You said you said they have been doing shows in the last 6 months.
He has been. He's been hosting at the new club. He went up at Goodwood. He went up at Copper and Kings. He hosted a show at Black Jockey Lounge. He hosted a show at 21st in Germantown. All that's within the last 6 months. So we're talking. We said he had to have performed in the last 6 months.
Well, I thought okay. I guess I didn't understand. So if that's the case, then yeah, Cleveland's easily in my line. I honestly,
Jackson.
Huh?
We didn't say his name. We didn't say his name yet. Just showing old school pictures.
No, I mean, but like obviously,
Cleveland Jackson is
like in my own. You remember in my list that got all inflammatory on Facebook where everybody started freaking out. Cleveland was on my list because I was just doing period. I don't consider Cleveland active yet until he tells me that he's active because he always acts as if he's not active yet.
He hosted 2 of the first 4
weeks. I know he's been doing shows, but he told me
he's active.
Like, he told me 7 shows. I'm telling you what he told me. I'm telling you what he told me. He was like
he's active again.
He was like, man, I think I'm gonna get back out there. I think I'm gonna get. So he had already done shows.
So who are you bumping off your top 10 to add Cleveland?
I gotta bump West End Pookie then to put in Cleve.
You gotta bump Pookie for Cleve.
Yeah. I didn't know I didn't know that was the criteria. I didn't know he was, but yeah, definitely Cleve. It's not even close. I mean, Cleve. You want to talk about what somebody's done in comedy? I mean, who's done more than Cleve? Not too many on the list.
All right. Well, I was surprised because that's where I thought you were going when you said.
No, I just missed. I guess I missed.
You said I'm not sure they make the criteria. I thought you were going to Cleveland there. That's where
I misunderstood. I guess I misunderstood what was going on.
And really, at this point, he's not a headliner. So maybe there's that. Maybe he could come off. Couple other honorable mentions. Renan Hirschberg. Absolutely hilarious. Louisville comic.
Doesn't live here though.
But doesn't live here. That's what I was going to say. So didn't make the list. So if anybody's going to throw his name out there, where's he at? Same with Jacob Williams. All them. Like, there's people that are Louisville comics. Charlie Walker. Good seeing you the other night, Charlie. But Louisville comic, but doesn't live in Louisville. So there's people that are on there. And if the list was 15, or on any given night, there's other people that could be on this list. Mr. Bikey's up there. James Ferguson's up there. There's a lot of other people. West End Pookie's up there. There's a lot of other people that could easily be right there interchangeable in those spots. I hate your big-headed ass, but in your cereal list was garbage. Some of your NBA point guard list was garbage. But on any given night, your name could be in that top 10 list, depending on the room and whether you freeze up and do shitty jokes or not.
Well, we'll see. I think everybody should find out for themselves on April 15th and 16th at the Planet of the Tapes.
What'd you say?
Especially if you want to come to 16th, you should come.
Hang on. What'd you say? What are those dates?
The 16th.
No, the first.
April 16th. Yeah, motherfucker. I knew what you're going to do. Yeah.
April 15th, Planet of the
Yeah.
Tape. Sean Smith
Play
headlining.
stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Sean Smith headlining that at Planet of the Tapes.
Yeah.
And then April 16th, Danny Browning at Goodwood Brewing, 636 East Main Street.
I wish I
We
could.
got
meet
Evan. We got Evan Lewis on that lineup, and Jeff Toy, who will be opening for Dave Chappelle on the 13th. He's opening for Dave Chappelle on the 13th.
Jump off Jeff.
And then he's going to be at Goodwood Brewing on the 16th. So come see us. And then this Sunday, one more time, Hoppy Wobbles up in Bloomington. Come see us.
Who's the headliner?
Right there.
Who's the headliner on that show?
Will McKenzie. Doesn't the headliner usually do like 45 minutes though?
I don't really think. I just think
45 to be considered a headliner.
I think that when they reach out to you and they were like, "Man, we'd love to have you," you know, and they were like, "We have Dave Chappelle that wanted to come. We have Bill Burr, but they're like, we want Will McKenzie." And so when they call,
didn't last time you headlined the club shut down the next week? Like you literally killed a club last time you tried to headline.
That's back in. I mean, I don't think there's any really record.
Didn't that happen?
I don't think there's any record.
Pretty sure that happened.
Well, the club. Okay, so the club.
I just would have. Maybe somebody should have told Hoppy Wobbles.
The club burned down. The club burned down.
I don't think that's true.
Because my set was.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's
fire. True. And then I got on the stage and people were like, "Hero, Will McKenzie." And then I think that was the night that you asked me to take you under my wing, and
I don't think so.
And kind of
that wasn't it at all.
Kind of put on a backwards hat and reinvented yourself from there. And
all right, so here's what we learned. Gary Payton is definitely the second best point guard of all time in the NBA. That's what we learned. Steph Curry's lucky to be in the top 10. That's what we learned. You all right there? Choking? You good? All right, just making sure. We learned that Will's cereal selection is trash. He's got the Great Value Frosted Flakes. Chocolatey Cocoa Crisp. Bro, just buy the real thing.
We all about savings over here, bro.
Like that shit's got bisphenol A in it or something. You're gonna get testicular cancer eating that shit. Like don't.
Sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, my boy. That's what we do over here. We
learned that Will McKenzie is bumping off women to give men spots on his top 10 in Louisville. He as soon as he realized there was a man left off, he booted a woman off because he's that kind of pig.
That's wild.
Captain Crunch is the best cereal. That's what we learned. And I think that's what we got.
Are we going to discuss that you have samurai swords in your background? Did we not discuss that?
No, we didn't discuss that, but they're pretty dope, though. All right, one more time. Hit everybody with what you learned tonight. What'd you learn tonight?
I learned
nobody gives a fuck. That's what people learn. All right. That's what we're doing here. Join us next Thursday as we come back next week. Top 10 comedians in the state of Kentucky. Top 10 top 10 fast food restaurants. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, that was one.
So top 10 fast food restaurants and top 10 all-time NBA centers. We might have a special guest next week, hoping to line up a special guest, get them to come in here with us. And share this, tell some people.
Is it special guest next week, maybe?
Yeah, next week.
Will the rest of your neck be joining us? Slammed him.
Hey. Left my neck in the same place you left that side tooth over there. So, all right, my guy. I will catch up with you this Sunday. Again, we'll be linking up to drive up to Bloomington for the show at Hoppy Wobbles. So tune in here next Thursday, 8:10 p.m. You know the place. We were shooting to have it in for under 2 hours. We made it an hour and 55 minutes. That's a
Hey.
long ass time to listen to your stupid ass opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Will McKenzie, it's been fun. Your list sucks.
All right, bro.
I'll holler at you later on.
All right, bro.
All right, man. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Thursday right here, Full Circle Comedy. And come see us 8:10 next Thursday. Later.